Hey everyone, SilverContrail here. Today we have a very quiet Let's Play because I have family over for the holidays, but I desperately need to put out a new Minecraft video because, first of all, I've done a lot of stuff and I want to do more stuff without leaving everyone so far behind that nobody has any idea what I'm doing anymore because I've almost forgot. And two, it's been a while. So it's been way too long since we did an episode, and so we've got a lot of catching up to do. Kind of where we left off last time, I had this goal of getting to these blocks, which I have upstairs, but I don't have any on hand. Making these frostbound stone blocks from Railcraft. So to make these are actually a derivative of, oh, hold on, we want to use R, of these guys, which is made with the ice. So in this mod pack, there aren't a lot of ways to get ice. You can use a compressor, which I didn't really want to bother with, so that was one strategy, and these things take forever. Or you could do mana infusion from Botania. So I decided, well, let's do mana infusion because, hey, I've never done Botania before. How hard can it be? This doesn't look like it's that involved. So that led me to everything you see here. So I have a little bobble on, this little monocle, which shows me various things a little bit easier. So when I put this on, there's a way to just put this on, isn't there? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So when I put this on, I can see things a little bit better. And then this is my sort of wrench for Botania. So what's going on here? This is a pretty simple and straightforward tree farm. It needs to be optimized a little bit better, but otherwise it's not working too bad. Let's start with the... If you know nothing about Botania, I very briefly try to explain it. All of this is sort of like a fox energy system that's masquerading as magic energy. This is the source pool. This is where everything is going to, this mana pool. What happens is that the mana pool is feeding this mana spreader. And what that does is it just shoots mana. And it has in front of it a mana lens bore. So this bore lens, what it does is when there's a tree here, exactly that. It cuts down the wood. And then all the drops fall down to the ground. And they get picked up by this hopper hawk, which is a special kind of sort of hopper flower. Okay, so anyways, the beams kind of travel, they zigzag, go all the way up into the top, and then they go back to here, and then they go all the way back down, and it just repeats the cycle over and over again. The hopper hawk picks up the saplings, and it picks up the wood. So it takes the saplings and it puts them in this barrel, which is denoted by the sign, or not the sign, but the item frame, and then they get stored in here. Then they get sent via hopper to this open crate, which is from Botania, and all this does is just keeps dropping the items one by one. I wish there was a way to slow this down. I don't know if there is. And then there is a crate over here that sends it to a furnace system, which turns it into coal and sends it that way, or charcoal and turns it that way. So this is just converting the birch wood into charcoal through some conduits here. Okay, so this thing just replants the saplings. So it just takes these saplings that are dropped next to it and it puts them on the ground on areas that I've targeted. So it's putting them on the coarse dirt over there. And then, so that basically it makes it automated. I drop the charcoal over here. These endo flames, they pick up the charcoal, they use it for fuel. They power this mana spreader. This mana spreader sends mana back to here. And yeah, then I have basically a net surplus of mana, which is pretty cool. So I can use this to take snow. So if I could grab some snow, I can throw this in right here. All right, cool. I can toss this in, and excuse me, I need a catalyst. As you can see, I'm still really new to this mod. It's always been a really popular mod, but I've never used it. So there, I can churn snow into ice for a cost of mana. Cool. So then I can take that ice and I can make these cool blocks, and I can use that for my building. So I have been building, so let's talk about that. basically this room is going to get emptied at some point. I don't want any of my machines in here. I might have some light storage in here, but I definitely don't want machines in here right now. This stuff is all irrelevant anyways. So like before, you can come upstairs, and here is the actually additions and power setup, which is probably going to stay here. I don't think I'm planning on moving it at all. And then if you walk across, I've got these walls with the frostbound stone, and then we can walk over here. So here we can go down the steps, and hopefully not into this hole. I think I might leave this gap here so that I can fall through it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alternatively, you can go through a door here, and then you can come upstairs into this room. I'll probably put a lot of machines in this room, and then in here as well. There's a good chance I'll put some kind of divider in this room to kind of split it up. And then we've got this checkerboard pattern to at least right about here. And then we'll put something here. I don't know if it'll be more power setup for power gen, or if we'll leave it alone for now. Maybe put a wall, bring this wall this way and then across, so that this whole section here can be kind of held off in reserve for something. And then we have the rest of the base too, which I don't know what I'm doing with it. The brick wall that's out there, stone brick wall surrounding the Britannia stuff, that's kind of temporary. I threw that down just to ward off some adventurous mobs that might come by. I didn't want to get creepered. And then, of course, so this is all kind of newly set up. So, ooh, hold on. I forgot to mention at the start of this episode that the reason I haven't recorded lately is because for at least a week... Oh, I keep jumping. Stop, please. Oh my gosh. For at least a week, I could not play because my game kept crashing. It would crash very shortly after startup, or it would crash right at startup after I loaded the world. And the reason, at least from the crash logs that I read, was that the fused quartz, which is, let's see if I can grab it, fused, right here, this, I believe it's this, the fused quartz. This stuff basically crashed my game. I don't know why or how, but apparently placing it in the world, my game didn't like it, and yeah, so I had used it for this, so I switched it out for glass because I wanted to be able to see in. I don't know why it caused a crash. Anyways, these are now optimally set up. So there's a great guide. I will try to put a link in the description, but I might forget about it. And it basically shows how to maximize the power output. So these should all be outputting 88 RF per tick. And that's done. If we go back here, you can kind of see a little bit better what's going on. So we have three source blocks here, 3 source blocks here that go all the way down, and then they kind of stop, and then they go to the left, and then they go down, and then they go up. Or excuse me, then it goes down to here, and then these 3 are also source blocks. So in total, it's 9 source blocks. 3 up there, 3 right there, 3 right there. And then that sort of hits the maximum amount of points you can, because the only other place you could put source blocks to touch the wheel would be like here, and there's no way to get water to go up. So that's as good as it gets, really, as I think. I mean, there might be a better way somewhere. This one is going faster than the other ones. So is that one. I don't know why that's the case. Anyways, it works for now. So the mod pack did have an update as well, which added yellorite ore everywhere. So there's tons of yellorite ore because it has retrogen. So this stuff turns into yellorium dust, which is of course for extreme reactors. And if you are familiar with extreme reactors, you probably know that it is basically big reactors from the past. I haven't used big reactors in a long time. Seriously, I used it a little bit in the last world that I had right at the end. I haven't really touched that world in a while. I guess I'll do that power system for that, and I'll put it somewhere. I might put it over there even, or I might put it down beneath the base, like a big reactor. I think that'd be cool to play with, because I don't think they blow up unless they changed it. So Now that we've basically squared that away, I wanted to kind of build some more. I know it's turning night, so I like the idea right now of blocking this side off and just kind of repeating the same pattern that I've been repeating. Nothing too fancy here. This corner is going to be a little weird because it's not going to be perfect. And I'd also like to put redstone lamps in places so that I can walk around at night. Usually I sleep through the night. I think it'd be cool to leave stuff on during the night too. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's basically the pattern. And also I don't like sleeping on camera, but sometimes I can't really avoid it. So grab this, there we go. Okay. I want to do something with this wall. I like the cobble, I really do. I like how this cobble kind of meshes with everything here. And jump. Oh, there's one more thing I gotta show off. This is pretty cool. So down here I had, where are they? Let me go grab them real quick. Pure daisy. Okay, cool. So take a pure daisy and you put it here, and what this does is it turns nearby water blocks into snow. So while there's snow, and this is the only one that isn't snow right now. So what happens is it turns into snow, and then these breakers break it, and they get filled up with snowballs. And then I turn the snowballs into snow, and take those snow blocks, chuck them into the mana pool, and get ice. So it's basically a way of getting unlimited ice. Or at least unlimited snow. The ice part takes a bigger setup, obviously. Let's go up here. I also took some time out today to go find the... Let's get rid of that. To go find the end portal. Which I did. It's quite a ways out from this. It is way over... I think right around here, somewhere in this water. I did come across some really dark patches, which I found a bunch of abyssal stone in, and there was actually some ores in there, which I haven't run into that in a long time, so it was kind of surprising to find that, and very fun, because there were some cool ores in there, like diamonds, emeralds. So I have those dark blocks too. I don't know how I'm going to use them. If I can stop jumping around. Okay. Let's go, yeah. So the pattern kind of is basically just this, and then this is going to have to get moved, which I don't really want to because it's a pain in the butt to place this thing, but we can try. Okay, so this is going there, this is going there. Let's make sure we have space in our inventory. Okay, and we'll grab this. Alright, so this needs to go right about here. And if I'm lucky, I can do exactly this. No, it's not going to let me do that. What if I move it down one? There we go. Okay, cool. And then can I hook it in directly here? No. But that is fine because we can link it here instead. There we go. Alright, we're wired back in. So that lets us build up here. Okay. And then these blue blocks, what they do is they just kind of give a little bit of an accent to the base. Eventually I want to add more of these blue blocks, and then more of the... Let me go grab the other ones. Or no, I have them on me. Sweet, they're right here. We'll just make 10 of them real quick. Okay, so then these ones are basically the same. But they're just a dark black. So, very much the same blocks, just a little different. But the dark color scheme is pretty cool too. So that might be something I do more underneath the base. It'd be cool to do like black and red once you get like kind of down underneath the base and into areas down there. So question is this going to be as far as I want this to go? This doesn't seem that far, does it? I wonder if I should have a staircase down in this room too. Maybe right along the edge here, I could put a staircase down, and that leads down to this floor. How about that? So we go, you know, stick with the convention of doing these 3 wide floors. Okay, so then, yeah, you could maybe walk from down here, like if you walked out or something, you wouldn't necessarily have to go through here and up here. You could also go just like right down here. Or I could leave the floor there. I get some options. I think for now, I will just leave the floor as it is. Is that how this looks? I'm trying to remember. Okay, then this. Okay, cool. And then kind of the same thing over here. The only thing that does kind of bug me is that this will look a little... Oh, wait, no, this isn't supposed to look like this anyways. Or is it? How am I going to do these corners? I got to be consistent with this, right? So any piece that is a corner needs to be the stone bricks. This is not a corner, so it needs to be this. Likewise, I don't think this is a corner either. No, it's not. Okay. So we'll change this out for the frost bricks. Okay, cool. And then eventually we'll do a ceiling, and I think that'll also be of the marble, because I don't want to do a dark ceiling, that's for sure. I always try to do light ceilings. And then we've got a lot of different variants for ceilings. We can change up the ceilings a little bit. We can put our stuff up there. Okay. Our lamps. Cool. Are there any red blocks? So Railcraft has all of... Okay, yes there are. There are bloodstained blocks. I'm going to guess these are made... Okay, these take smooth sandstone and some sort of flesh of some sort. Okay, so rotten flesh, which we can get from all kinds of stuff. Pigmen? I'm gonna go massacre pigmen. I don't really have a good sword for fighting them, but with the tools I have, it probably wouldn't be too bad. So that's how this goes, and then of course we take the glass and we add the glass in. And there we go. We basically have all the walls done. At least most of the interior. I don't know if I want to like accentuate it too much inside, but I'm liking how this looks so far, personally. I also kind of like how on the bottom floor there's a lot of sort of wood, and then you go up, and then that floor is denoted by the frostbound. And then if you go down, it'd be cool if it had these bloodstained bricks. In fact, we can actually make these if we had smooth sandstone, which I don't think I do. Oh, sweet, I got sandstone right here. And then, yes, that's what I want. And then, I don't have a lot of rotten flesh, but we can make some of these. It only makes one. Are you serious? Man, that sucks. Okay, and then we can make bricks, right? Cool. And then what if I do... Ooh, now that's interesting. I kind of like that. It's dark. It reminds me of like not Minecraft, but it reminds me of Siva in Destiny. Cool. Yeah, that'd be sweet to do like a really technological underground, because that's where a lot of the the electronics are going to be when we get to electronic storage. So, which I think is, it's not open storage. Oh, it's refined storage, which is basically an ME knockoff, which I really want to try because I don't like the new material energy that much, even though I've worked a lot with it. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. So that's going to about do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time then.